Hello friends, today I'm going to talk about how to insert jQuery or rather some rich web page into ESP8266 Wi-Fi microcontroller. So the ESP8266 is a Wi-Fi controller which has the capability to act as a Wi-Fi hotspot, or it also has the capability to connect to your Wi-Fi router and do serve web pages and execute IoT tasks. So you can program the pins and all the things with the ESP8266. The most important thing is you can use the Arduino IDE to program the ESP8266 as you would do in a you program a normal Arduino. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to fire up my Arduino IDE here. It's saying like to HTTP 200 followed by OK. So that's our basic. So from that, let's advance to inserting jQuery and CSS, and let's insert a analog clock to the to our ESP8266 controller, so that web page renders a analog clock. So basically, when we are doing this kind of things, the one key thing to understand is we are just sending bunch of text to the web browser. So the web browser is the one who receives that text and process and generate the output. So there's not much processing involved in the ESP8266 controller. All ESP8266 controller need to do is transmit the text, JavaScript text, CSS text, HTML text into the web browser. Then web browser do the relevant processing and renders the page. So let's do this one by one. So I'm here fired up my Arduino IDE, and as you can see, I set my board to ESP8266 module. You can set it by going to the board and go to your board manager window, board manager menu, and you can choose the ESP8266 module down below. If you install it, you can see there. So this port not yet available because I didn't plug my USB to serial module where my ESP8266 development board lies on. So let's do the first steps. So in order to do the first steps, so we definitely need the web browser. So we need the web browser. So let's start by adding the header file which requires. So the header file is #include. Oops, ESP. So notice that it become orange, which means our file is valid, or this one is valid. So I'm gonna save this name as let's say rich web. Alright, so I'm gonna declare the variable here, and within bracket I specify the port number, which is 80. Right, now here I declare some function for prototypes. So this function prototype, what this function does is it just transmits the index page. This one transmit the index page to our web browser. So this is our index. Let me increase the text size for you. This is better. And finally I'm going to start the server. by using server issuing the server.begin method, and in the loop I use server.handle client. Right, so let's do some compilation and see whether our file is getting compiled correctly. Looks like we have one error. Let's see what's the error is. Alright, the error, I believe the error is we didn't written the actual implementation of the transmit underscore index page. So no undefined undefined reference to transmit underscore index underscore page. So I'm going to implement it now. So here I'm just going to send a basic text to our web browser to make sure everything is up and running. So 200 means HTTP OK, and I'm just going to send the text plain, which means the first parameter is the HTTP status code, and second parameter is the content type of the thing what we are going to send, and finally the third variable is the actual content. Now I'm just going to it works, or let's do like this. I'm just going to use bare HTML. Alright, so let's see whether this compiles correctly or not. While this compiles, I'm going to plug my ESP8266 USB controller now. Looks like this one successfully compiled. So now let's connect our. Alright, my ESP8266 is already connected. So I'm just going to check the port. Yeah, port is always also taken, which is COM3, and let's see some upload. Alright, before we upload, we have to start the Wi-Fi. We have to connect to our Wi-Fi network. So let's do it here. Alright, here goes. So this instruct, we are not using ESP8266 controllers Wi-Fi hotspot mode rather. So I'm just going to begin the Wi-Fi. We need SSID. In my case it's this one, and its password. Alright, let's see. I'm going to compile and upload rather. So it's compiling the sketch. Right, now it's uploading. You see the serial port number 3 is connecting. Alright, it start to write. So here's the progress. Alright, hard resetting, and I think now it's ready. Let's see what is the IP address of this ESP8266 module by going to the router. So this is my router here. I'm just going to save the password for now, and let's go to DHCP, and let's see the client list here. Alright, so you can see this ESP0E, this number whatever, so it's 192.168.0.104. so let's navigate to that address. So I'm just going to go new one. So this is the address. Just gonna copy and paste. So you can see we have the basic HTML that displaying it works. So similar to Apache default web page. So if you check the web server, this HTML is red because the doc type tag is not specified here. So therefore it's red. Now let's see how to insert jQuery. So let's insert the jQuery here. So in order to transmit the jQuery as a separate Java file, I'm just going to add another endpoint here, which is responsible for serve the jQuery as a separate file. So I'm just going to use server.on jQuery.min.js as transmit jQuery. Alright, so here I'm just going to declare the prototype here, void transmit. So here I'm just declaring the prototype here. Now here I'm going to void transmit jQuery. So jQuery. So this is JavaScript. So the content type of the JavaScript is text/JavaScript. So server dot send again 200. So this is text/JavaScript content type. So I'm just going to pass a just pass simple JavaScript here. Let's see our compilation, and keep that in mind, this JavaScript does not do anything. We just want to check whether this implementation, or rather this method, works. So let's see whether this one works. So now when the compilation finished, okay, we got an error. Let's see what's the error is about. Okay, transmit underscore jQuery, I think. Alright, these letters interchanged. Now let's see. Alright, now it's uploading. Alright, let's see. So this one works. So let's see the jQuery test. You see, this one prints. If you say the page info, it said it's a JavaScript. So everything seems working. Now let's see whether we can activate this script. So here's our body tag here. Alright, now I'm going to do is, now this is single line. In production environment, when you are going to do a production, so your final production, when you are going to release this firmware, it is okay to use the single line because it saves lots of space, because pressing enter key introduce another character. So when we are programming as a human readable form, we tend to use multiple spaces, and we have lots of white spaces there. So for the device like this, the white spaces mean it eats lots of space. So white space is a character, so it consumes unnecessarily its memory. So in production, when we are going for production, yeah, it is definitely recommended to simplify, or rather minify your HTML code. But here, for readability, I'm just going to use a multiple line HTML coding. So in order to introduce multiple lines, let's use row string. So another benefit of row string is, So if I do this one, notice this will generate a compilation error, you see. So if I compile it, you see this line gets compilation error, you see the operator double colon. We can avoid by using this method. If we compile, you see it compiles correctly. But when we are inserting jQuery like this, it is so much cumbersome to add these slashes into the jQuery script. So we have to find the slash quotation marks and special characters and add slashes. Sometimes it works, sometimes it won't work. So it is very cumbersome. For this one it's okay because we just sending an alert. So there is another way. We can use the natural notation here. So this should be our final target. But if we do this, as you already know, it gives a compilation error. So the solution is to use row string. So in order to use row string, you just have to put R here, and these quotation marks, double quote marks, must also there, and press your and use 5 equal signs 1 2 3 4 5 and open a bracket like this, and go to once you are done with your string, or my string ends right here. So before it ends, I'm going to close this bracket, and again 1 2 3 4 5. That's all. This is a row string, and it does not care about these double quotes here. It in between these two, from start to end, this curly brace, this one, start to end, sorry, not this one, it does not treat this string as a C string. It's maybe treat as a C string, but these these double quotes, the compiler won't won't give you any errors regarding unclosed quotation marks and everything, because these all are now row string. I believe the compiler automatically puts these slashes for us. So let's see whether this one works or not. So as you can see, the compilation went successfully. So now I'm going to use the same row string for here too. So I'm just going to do R and 1 2 3 sorry 1 2 3 4 5 open brace, and here close 1 2 3 4 5. Now this one correct. So I'm just going to divide these here, so I can program it's like this. So I'm just going to indent here so it works, and okay, you go here like this and like that. Alright, so let's give this a try. Right, now it's going to flash the controller mark. Right, successfully flashed. Now let's see. If I refresh, alright, it seems it's working. Now if we check the page, you see the page is now looks like this because of the all indentation. And if we go to the jQuery file, you don't see much of a difference there. Only difference you notice is now this one becomes a double quote. So here we use double quotes here and double quotes here. So this one is quite flexible. We can program anything, any string, any quotation mark, any special character, anything, or even also you can put some comments too. So like this, if I use this one, it won't pull any throw any compilation error. So like this, you can put a comment. So let's see whether this JavaScript it's actually work as a JavaScript. So here, before the body tag, I'm just going to sorry, not end of the body tag. So I introduce the head here. This one has the same level as body, so I close the head here, and script type is, now notice I can use this one because of this row string, text JavaScript, right? Let's see whether this one works. Let's upload the file. Alright. Alright, the message box worked. This is the alert box that programmed in the JavaScript or the jQuery script. Although this is not jQuery, we are going to insert actual jQuery implementation in right next. Alright, this works. Okay, now let's insert. Now let's come to the interesting part. How do we insert jQuery here? Alright, simple. Let's go to jQuery. Now, as I mentioned earlier, what we need to do is just send the text. Now we did it, it worked. Now for jQuery, the process should be same, right? So let's install. Let's get the jQuery. All right. Okay, here's the website. All right. The main question that you guys come across is, all right. I'm going to download section. Why we are going to embed jQuery into our ESP8266 controller when we have the freedom to use it as a online resource, or rather from CDNs? Well, the answer is sometimes you may get the internet connection to your ESP8266 controller, or sometimes you may not get the internet connection. So when the places where you don't get the internet access to your ESP8266 controller, then referring the jQuery scripts from the online will make problematic, because you don't have internet, so you cannot download the jQuery. Therefore, your web pages may not render properly. So that's why it is a good idea to embed the jQuery library into your ESP8266 module. So let's get our download compressed version. Alright, I'm not doing anything here right now. I'm just going to copy everything by using Control A and Control C and go to, and I replace this one. Alright, now within this bracket I can put any string, right? So I'm just going to Control V. Alright, now this is our jQuery. I'm going to save it and I start upload. Let's see, this one should work, right? Because what we should do is send the text. Now we are doing the same thing, we are sending the text. Now this should work. Let's see. Right, we got a compilation error. Let's see why we got the compilation error. Alright, so if you go here, you can see this .bss is not within the region. This means some of our data or something in our file is exceeding some limit. Alright, so this raw data also, this one said the actual reason will not fit in the region. So our raw data section is exceeding. is not fit to region means it's exceeding our available limit. It exceeds the limit. Basically it tells, this one exceeds the limit. Why? This string is somewhere around 87 kilobytes. This everything from here to here, this curly brace, everything is 88,000 characters, or which means 88,000 bytes, so it's roughly 87k, right? So this won't fit to our region, but this ESP8266 have 4 MB flash, so it has a 4 MB flash, but this one is 87k, so 4096k to 4 MB, but it cannot fit this 87k. So what are we going to do? That's where the progmem comes to play. Basically, progmem is the macro instructs store everything after the progmem. If the variable is progmem, store the contents of that variable in a program flash rather than memory section. So we have 4 MB flash. We instruct the progmem variable to store everything in flash memory. There's similar things going on in the PIC microcontrollers as well. If you are familiar of using red LW data tables or lookup tables, those are in progmem. So it's in program flash memory. So if you are using some array of string in your lookup table, that array string is in your program memory. So here also, I'm not quite sure whether they are using the lookup table for this one also, but the process is going to be same. Now we are also going to use a program flash memory to store this string. Alright, so let's see how you do it. Let's try to implement a program here. Alright, so this ID is still buggy here, so I am going to use const char jQuery, which means jQuery array as progmem and equals. Now I'm just going to cut and paste everything from here to here. Right, cut. Oops, I forgot to get this one to end quotation. Cut and paste. I'm just going to jQuery right here. So, and I'm going to just paste it. Right, and semicolon and save, and let's see. First let's do a compilation. Right, it seems we have again another error. Now let's see what the error is. It complains something about this progmem. Alright, let's see what we can do. So it seems that it has a problem when expansion of macro progmem, right? Alright, define. So this tells us we are using the progmem in a wrong location. So this is very important. You cannot use progmems under a method. You cannot use progmem inside a method. Alright, it has to be globally declared. So let's remove this line from here and put it all the way up here. Just paste this. Now let's see whether the compilation works or not. Right, it works. It compiled successfully. Now everything here is in our flash. So let's upload and let's see whether this actually serves the jQuery. So one side note here, for performance optimization concern, you can remove this comment. So you can, so let's see where the comment goes. So this is the comment end position, so you can simply get this string, this not function, and start from here. Be careful, this ID gets very slow because this string line is very lengthy. Alright, okay, so like this, you can. So I'm just going to make this in one line. Okay, I'm just going to backspace this one. So right, everything now is correct. So I'm just going to home here. Now this one is more clearer. Alright, let's see. Now it's already uploaded. Okay, this is the jQuery from site. I'm going to close this one. Okay, this one works. Okay, you see. Alright, looks like we get the jQuery. Alright, now let's let's make it more interesting. Let's put analog clock inside this. So I'm just going to import the, let me close this one for you. I'm just going to import the analog clock I downloaded from the jQuery script website. Let me import this to my virtual machine. Alright, here goes. Alright, now I'm going to extract. So I extract it. Okay, these are the files. So this index.html file is the one that we are going to copy first. So I'm just going to open this from a, okay, here's the WordPad. Yeah, WordPad looks like it's good. Okay, so let's see how this clock looks like. So I'm just going to double click this index.html here. I open it using Firefox. So this is our clock. Now notice this one works in our desktop page. I'm going to use the same clock. When I type this address, this should this should run. Okay, so let's do this one by one. Okay, I'm not going to do anything here, and there is a CSS that links, and okay, font. So I'm going to skip the fonts here. Well, let's see whether we can remove the fonts. Alright, so we got some scripts going on here. So let's see whether we can remove those scripts. Alright, because we should not have anything from any dependency from the internet, right? So let's try to remove these scripts. So maybe so these are the scripts. So there is a if here. Alright, I believe if you are using Internet Explorer 9, you have to use this HTML5 here. But I'm just going to delete these things. Now it's pure HTML. Alright, okay, so nobody uses IE9 these days, so no problem removing that also. Alright, we got this one, and I believe All right, we have this. We have this ESS removed. I'm just this one also. We have this one. So I'm going to remove this and this. Let's see. All right, it worked. Now, so this one, this HTTP code, we should use our own jQuery. All right. All right. So let's see how this can be done. Okay, I'm just going to copy everything and put right here. I put right here. Okay, because this is our index page, as you already know. I'm just going to paste everything. Okay, so notice this is not a program. All right, this one does not use program, but if the HTML page fits into the memory, then we don't have any problem. If your memory gets less and you don't have space, if you don't have space for your variables, then consider this putting this HTML page into your program memory too. So in my case, it seems that it only uses 36% of dynamic memory, so no problem for me here. So I'm just going to edit some parameters here. So jQuery latest min.js, I'm going to change this as, I believe it's jQuery.min.js. So if we upload this, we should have some partial data here. Alright, it's flashed. Let's see. Alright. We got the very basic of this one. So if we check the page, alright, I believe I forgot the doc type here, so we don't have the image also. Alright, this does not have the doc type here. So if we check, everything is in order. Now we don't have this CSS and this. Alright, we got jQuery min, I believe. Yeah, this one we have, and we don't have this one. So we should insert this one. Now let's insert this one. Okay. Alright, now I'm going to use the easy method here. Okay. Alright, now here the server. I'm just going to add the alright. Okay. Right now, remove this JS here. Or let's see whether we can use the JS with the / here. And I copy these everything from here to here. Okay. Oops. And paste. Okay. So now we have the transmit jQuery clock. Right. Now server.send, okay, 200. text / JavaScript, and okay, let's see whether we can. Now I believe that JavaScript has less bytes than our jQuery script. Let's see whether we can push this into this method, right? So I'm just going to close this one. Okay, this is JavaScript. Here's the WordPad. Control A, Control C, and tab here. Go to. Alright, Control V. Let's see whether we can compile this. Alright, transmit jQuery underscore clock. Okay, what happens to me? Again, the same mistake. I keep interchanging the letters. Oops, again we have error, I believe. Transmit jQuery clock. The reference is not there. Let's see whether I jumbled. Oh, yeah. Again, same mistake. So I believe these one we don't need this license codes and stuff. This is for optimization purposes. I'm just going to remove those codes. Okay, that's it. Right, it compiled. Now it's uploading to the device. Right now it's reset complete. Now let's refresh. Alright, looks like we have the basic clock running here. Now what we need is the CSS to decorate this. So let's go ahead and insert the CSS as well. So at the end we should have this kind of clock. So let's put CSS, and I believe after inserting the CSS we can get the clock just like this. So let's get the CSS. So the process is same, right? So let's go back to our HTML page. Okay, just before you do anything, let's set up the endpoint for the CSS also. So I'm just going to introduce another function here. Make sure I correctly type this time. TRANSMIT. Okay, CSS. Okay, here I write at the bottom. I write the CSS. text / CSS for CSS script. Alright, this is the basic skeleton here, and if we check the index page, now let's go to our index page. You'll see the CSS CSS / main.css. so I'm just going to copy this and put it here. right? So / here. Okay, so let's get the CSS. Here's the CSS. So the main.css looks like this one works perfectly with Notepad, and this one we can definitely put in our standard memory rather than program memory. Okay, so I'm just going to paste here. Alright, so let's compile and run. Alright, we got the successful compilation and it's uploading. Let's see the memory footprint. Okay, you can see the flash is 4 MB. Alright, it's 58% of dynamic memory, so, and 40% of the storage space, program storage space. This one we can, this that's 58% is okay, but if we are going to use more pages, consider putting them to program, and as well as make sure if you can minify this, so remove these lines and stuff. Okay, so let's see how's our clock. Okay, and this is our clock, and so I hope you enjoyed this video. So we used program to integrate this clock. So this clock is purely runs from your ESP8266 controller. It does not depend anything from the internet. So that's the beauty of it. So everything works. So only thing left is image. So let's discuss the image later, how to insert the image. So now you get the idea, so to how to insert the jQuery and various CSS stuff into your ESP8266 controller. So the good thing is now this one runs without any internet. So this is self-contained web page inside this ESP8266 controller. So that's it for today, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you like the video, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel Fun Text with Hashan, and click the bell icon so you can notified when I upload a new video. Also, if you have any questions regarding this video or any other videos, feel free to post it in a comment section. So if you have any idea or anything you need me to do regarding software and electronics, put that in the comment section too, and I will do it for you. So I'll create a video and explain it how you can do it. So thanks again, and thank you very much. So bye bye.